So it's really boring. What other topics are there? Animals? That's my favorite topic.
You need secret Ursula art hacks on how to draw characters outside of your comfort zone.
You also need to
Um.
design Celine.
Oh, you're right. I do.
She's
Okay.
way more important than Donnie.
Donnie is so important. Donnie also appears in the first illustration.
That's true.
So
But you're not going to draw the first illustration first.
you're right. Well, shoot. I guess I gotta go work on Celine.
Also, you can give people hacks because we do need YouTube clips.
Okay. I'll
Ursula's
give you some sweet hacks.
Ursula's art hacks. Let's go.
Let's go.
That's my introduction to this video. She's
Sweet.
going to tell us some sweet art hacks on how to draw outside of your comfort zone or something.
Yeah. How do you draw characters outside of your comfort zone?
Okay, cool.
I would say it's important to, I think, first understand what your comfort zone is. So if you're like, I only draw little anime girls or something, and it's like, well, maybe I should go way out of my comfort zone and draw like, I don't know, like a big gruff manly cowboy man. But yeah, definitely identify like what you're comfortable with, and then like go the total different direction. And I would recommend grabbing reference. So go grab references of like people of all different body types. I remember there was a really great graphic that I saw that was like a bunch of athletes with wildly different body types who did all these different sports, and it was just like images of them like in a lineup. And like that, I think finding stuff like that is really good because it makes you see like, okay, I normally draw characters who look like, person A. So maybe I should try drawing characters who look like everyone else in this lineup. And then you have a reference there. Yeah, draw from life. Get photo reference. Draw people from videos. It can also help to do like random generator type challenges where instead of relying on like coming up with something yourself, where you might go to your default, like instead of going back to the same like kind of character archetypes that you normally draw, have like a friend or the internet or something to say like, hey, draft up a character idea for me, and they'll be like, okay, draw like a pink goblin who
Bakes.
Then you have to design a character like that. So yeah, stuff like that can be really helpful. Yeah, I find doing character lineups really help, because if you say you're drawing like a bunch of different characters and you draw them all side by side, it's a lot easier to like push it so that they don't look super similar to each other. Basing your characters off shapes can really help. So say you have like, I normally draw characters and I base them off like circles. So now it's like, I'm going to draw like a square character and like a triangle character. And do like a lineup of that. Does that help? I hope. It is hard to draw outside of your comfort zone because it is your comfort zone. And
you just gotta do it, right?
You just gotta force yourself. You gotta make yourself draw like ugly, horrible art that you don't like, that doesn't feel like it's your style, and just keep working at it until you get it back into your style.
The fun thing about being outside of your comfort zone, regardless of what it is, this is like a life lesson, right? If you're outside of your comfort zone, you're learning.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
If you get there's nothing wrong with like drawing the stuff you like to draw, but if you rely only on the one thing that you draw, then you might not learn as much as you would otherwise. References are fun. Get your Pinterest going. Exactly. Make a mood board.
References go brrr.
We love references in this house. They're so good. They help you draw things you can never imagine. Basing things off real life, you get so much more like interesting, diverse like ideas and designs than just basing it off like imagination. It's like if you're designing dragons, this is the one I always go to. Whenever I'm designing like a dragon, I don't go to like your typical fairy Tale story or like D&D dragon. Like, go find a random lizard, like an iguana or something. And there's so many cool lizards out there. Just look up different lizard species and just base it off that, and you can come up with some really cool results, because animals are cool and diverse and interesting looking. So yeah. I rely on a ton of construction, and that does not help with fat characters. Well, you can do construction lines for fat characters.
You gotta break things down into shapes.
Yeah, they just like the shapes will be different than, say, like a thin person, but they still have shapes. You can still construct the shape of a fat person.
Also, life drawing. Come on,
life drawing.
And if you can't even get it, well, obviously you can't right now, but like there's tons of great drawing references, like drawing models.
Yep.
Draw the nutties. Unless you're not allowed to look at naked people, then draw people in swimsuits.
Exactly. You can draw people in swimsuits.
If your parents come in, you'd be like, I'm an artist, Dad. I never had this problem because my parents are both artists.
Yeah, my dad's not an artist, but my mom was an artist, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, in the before times, I would recommend going to like a drawing from life class or course or something, because a lot of cities will have them, like art studios will put them on, or like community centers, art centers will put together like life drawing stuff. And who knows, they might be doing it virtually right now. I don't know. I'm making art. Exactly.